How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with Christmas mystery beers. Well, we're pre-Christmas. This will not post till after Christmas, but Christmas mystery beers nonetheless. And this one comes courtesy my boy Steven. Thank you very much, brother. He sent me off some festive mystery beers, and we'll see what this sucker has to offer. Oh, stout, bottled stout. Is this OG classic stuff? Actually, it could be something other than stout. Looks barrel-aged, looks adjunct, let's put it that way. Yeah, so, I mean, there was a head on it, a little bit of kind of cocoa kind of color, a little bit of, like my coffee to look like color kind of head to it, and just a rich kind of cola-like vibe to it, very much like soda. That's what she looks like. Let's get a nose on her. It smells exactly like the chocolate-covered cherry liqueur, grandma candy. It's giving me a lot of, like, aged Russian Imperial Stout vibes. That's what I'm getting here. There's not a big bittering component on there. It's not overly sweet either. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards the aged thing, because for all intents and purposes, I should call this a barrel-aged kind of barley wine stout mixture. That's kind of what my knee-jerk reaction to it is. But it just has this raspberry, cherry, jammy, liqueur, chocolate-covered candy kind of vibe. Those Christmas candy, the grandma Christmas candies that I talk about every now and then. More often than not, when I get that, that's an age thing. That's something that comes with a little bit of time. Now, I've gotten that from fresh beers before, but based off of the nose, it's more like a raspberry jamminess inside a pretty nondescript malt-forward beer. I want to call it like a blend between a barley wine and a stout, because I really don't think it's stout, and I don't think it's a barley wine. I actually don't know what it is. All I know is I'm getting that rich kind of raspberry, unsweetened jamminess from it. Let's just dive in. Cheers. Wow. That did not taste like I thought I was going to taste. Now, I'm getting an old age coffee beer. Yeah, getting big, huge roast component. I'm not getting so much of that kind of jammy kind of raspberryness from the actual taste itself. It's still there in spades in the nose. Man, this is a weird beer. It's almost got kind of like a chicory smokiness to it, too. Like a smoky, like charred woodiness to it. It can't be barrel-aged, though. This can't be barrel-aged. If this is barrel-aged, it's non-spirit barrel-aged is what I mean. Because I'm really getting no kind of boozy barrel presence off of it. What I'm getting is an old, what I assume is a Russian Imperial Stout that kind of leaned into like a coffee thing. Or maybe it's an aged coffee stout. I don't know. Having a hard time even pegging the ABV in this sucker. There's like rich kind of red mahogany tones right on the edge of the beer where light can actually shine through. I don't know, man. I have no idea. I'm going to call this it's going to cut to the chase. 8.5, and a deceptive 8.5. It doesn't drink like 8.5. I'm just assuming. I kind of want to go higher, but there's just not much there as far as booziness. That's why it kind of makes me think it's a little bit older. 8.5% Russian Imperial Stout. I'm just going to go basic. I think I'm getting a lot of those coffee notes from a kind of ghost of hops past, along with the big roasted malt portion of the show. That raspberry jammy thing is just something I typically get from Russian Imperial Stouts. That's why I'm knee-jerking in that direction. That smoky charriness, again, I'm just going to leave that up to... Ooh. I think I might call it an audible. Jesus, words. Audible right now. One more sip. We'll see. Is this somebody's Scotch Ale? Like a wee heavy? I'm going to do that. 8.5% wee heavy. Done. Let's flip the script. No idea who made it. There's that little bit of that soft metallic astringency I get, but it's not that aggressive. But yeah, Yeah, it just, I had to go with that kind of wee heavy Scotch ale because that smoky cherry component, I think that might be somebody trying to do that smoke thing. I don't think it's from overseas. I think it's an American-born beer. It's Dogfish Head. Okay. Dogfish Head. Not a danger cap, so we could be right on the ABV. Is this like, what's the stout that I dig from them? Because I didn't even talk about it. I think it's tasty. Is it the San Paulo Maran? Is that what this one is? Okay. Here we go. I'm okay with what I said here. I actually don't know what this beer is. It's Siracusa Nera. Okay? It's 10% alcohol by volume, so I should have kind of leaned a little bit more into that higher ABV. And this is a Russian Imperial Stout with Syrah grape must added and aged in oak. So, definitely got that wood characteristic in there, even though I talked myself out of all of that stuff. I was getting that kind of, they're talking about Syrah grape must. I came off very much like raspberry to me. I've never had one of those grapes, so I'm not quite sure how they taste or what they taste like. And it's a Russian Imperial Stout. I should go with my first instinct. That's, God damn it. Gotta talk myself. Trying to be too cool for school, kids. And kind of was literally dancing right on the edge of being perfect on this beer, but couldn't pull the trigger. I just kind of went wee heavy for a second in my brain there, and I kind of twisted real quick to that. So I got it wrong. I got it right for about 99% of the fucking mystery beer, and then I decided to throw a curveball, trying to be too cool to school. So 8.5, 1.5% off in ABV. I'm okay with that. This drink's way smaller than 10%. I'd question if this is 10%. Let's put it that way. Russian Imperial Stout, aged in oak. That makes sense. Like I said, if it was in a barrel, then it had to be a non-spirit barrel, so that kind of makes sense. The Syrah grape, that was where I was getting that jamminess portion of the show in, you know? Yeah, your oak portion. Now, let's try to see if we can find a date on this sucker. It is only a bit over a year old. Let's put it that way. At least a year and probably a year and a half old. I see 2018. I can't read the first digits on there, but there's definitely a 0. So, you know, definitely at least at 9 months on this one. So yeah. A bit over a year on it. It doesn't have a ton of age on it, but your oak aging will give that little bit of age to it. Regardless of me trying to be too cool for school and labeling, you know, it's Dogfish Head. I've always dug their bottles and their labelings. You know, without me, if I snip it off a little bit of end piece there, I was pretty good on that one. Try to be a little bit cool towards the end, but I actually enjoy it. I like Dogfish Head beers. I think they're fun. I think they're interesting. I think they do unique things with beer. Maybe not my favorite brewery in the world, but they definitely work for me from time to time. And this one is much of that ilk. It's something that's fun, tasty, and I'm glad I got to do it as a mystery beer because it was fun as hell. Thank you very much, Steve. Let's cut to the chase. One of the better Russian Imperial Stouts I've had as of late. It's okay. It's nice. It's in no conversation, but it's definitely not King Shit of Fuck Mountain status. I mean, that is for your Courages and your Black Alberts and all those beers in the world. Bang availability, it's Dogfish Head. Chances are you should be able to find it pretty much anywhere. The price point usually is a little bit high, especially in their wood-aged products. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like OG old school beers, even though this is adjunct laden, you have that kind of barrel at work, you have that grape must at work, but it does have a lot of old school sensibilities. So if you like soft, rounded, well done, kind of OG old school darker beers, then this is going to do you. So there you go. Another mystery beer in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can always contribute to mystery beers. Massivebeers@gmail.com. You type that in the old emails. Send me a message. Always down for some mystery beers. Massivebeers@gmail. Wait, pause. Massivebeers, no gmail.com. Just type in Massive Beers into the old Google. You see me doing social media stuff. You want to see me doing the podcasting stuff, you type in Beer Massif, Massif, and there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our mystery beer. Hopefully you're enjoying a mystery beer right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.